Hello Internet, welcome back to the channel. I'm Kinra and welcome back to Myst Masterpiece Edition. Today, the last episode we went through the Channelwood Age. This episode is dedicated to the Mechanical Age. A bit of bad news before we start off. Between recording this video and the last one, I tested out my install of Myst 4 Revelation and that doesn't work either. So, it seems, at the moment anyway, I'll have to go straight from playing Riven into playing Uru Complete Chronicles. But enough about the future, let's see what we need to do to unlock the Mechanical Age. If it wasn't obvious, we need to look at the gears. Okay. If you look up here, you can actually see the way in which it cheats by not rotating the tower at all. Right, the window doesn't do anything because it's sort of bugged. Here we find 240, 221. Well, that looks like a time, and we only seem to clock one place on the island. Oh, it's stuck. And back down. Yes, unfortunately the 3D view does have some glitches like that, like you can see all the way up there when you probably not supposed to be able to. But oh well. Invisible walls. To the clock. And we know we can set the time, so let's set it to 240. Convenient bridge. I can finally turn this marker switch on. And here, obviously, we need the 221. Can't close the door behind me. So we have a device here. That lever does nothing. This lever turns the top two. This lever turns the bottom two. We can see a weight lower on this side if we just play with it for a bit. See, the weight reaches the floor and we can't actually do anything, so we have to pull this lever and reset it. Now, the trick behind this puzzle is it's impossible to get the combination 221 just by pulling the levers like this. Whatever you do, you're going to end up with something like this. But there's a hidden trick to it, in that if you... Oh, that was the wrong lever to start. In fact, no, that was the right lever to start. If you hold down a lever, the middle one continues going. There we go, 221. Well, that wasn't ominous at all. On the way back over there, we'll go into this spot over here. This spot wasn't accessible in the original Myst, but what we see here is the grave of Tiana. Tiana, or otherwise known as Anna, is Atris's grandmother, the Atris who wrote the note and appeared on the message. And there's a whole... one of the Myst novels, it was all about her story, but I won't go into it here. For now, let's just link to mechanical. lever immediately inside a similar gear on a very different world. You may notice if you listen to the journal video that back when Atreus visited here, the skies were only grey because the black ships hadn't been defeated. So obviously, in the time since then, they have been. Here we have a device of some sort with symbols, obviously a combination lock, and something here which doesn't do anything. But let's cross the bridge. So these hills seem very close to have had a city in between them, but oh well. Oh. Go right. And following the theme from Channelwood, this would seem to be Akenar's room. And when I was a kid, just the sight of seeing this from the doorway was terrifying for some reason. It's clearly only a mask, but still, I would avoid this room like the plague. So obviously, he's not a very bright person. Got here. A snake in a box. How terrifying. Various maces, a crossbow, chains, helmet, sword. What's it down there? But let's have a look at this thing. It was mentioned in the journal about using this holography technique to be able to train the people of this age in order to how to use the fortress rotation. So, might as well use it to learn ourselves. This lever, apparently at the moment, does nothing. Except to make a noise. Well, this lever, it pulls backwards, and nothing happens. But this lever stays up, and makes a dong sound when we let go of it. So if we push that lever up, and turn it, see that it goes like that. And we pull this lever again, it returns to the nearest spot and makes a new noise. Sounds like, sort of like a spring. If we follow the pattern for the other spots, makes a ding. I'm pointing it to the west. Makes a trill. And if we go back all the way back round, pointing it south makes that dung noise we've already heard. So obviously we weren't actually turning the fortress, but that'll teach us how to use it when we do find the controls. We can, if we want to, sit on Akenar's throne. What a dismal view. Look down here. Automatically duck. So we have a cleaver, blood, a box with another mask in, the blue page, lots of poison, and an electrical cage. Yeah. Like I said, not a bright person. Let's leave that alone for the moment. Along this corridor. Come back to him in a moment, because on the other side, following the pattern, is Sirius's room. And in case we didn't actually know that, there is a big painting of Napoleon with Sirius's head photoshopped onto it. Again, we can sit in his throne, a lot nicer than the other one. He's got a model of the rocket ship, he's got a model of the boat, he's got a model of the clock, he's got a telescope, which doesn't appear to work, or is just pointing at nothing. These weird rocks, which glow when you touch them, and then deactivate after a while. A chess set. plays music. Turn that off. And a bird. Very creepy bird. The fun thing you can do with this, if you hold it down for long enough, don't hold it down for long enough, you break it. Good job, player. Now, notice this is actually symmetrical, so there is actually a hidden door down here. And here we find lots of money. A red page, some gold bars, and a wine rack, and what appears to be a note. Cirrus, your greed sickens me. Your desire for wealth and plunder is never satisfied. I will instruct my subjects not to pay the all-new tax, and you know they'll listen to me. Regards, Akanar. Looks like Cirrus isn't so squeaky clean either. So they have subjects now? Looks like we don't really want to release either of them. So if we go down here, we find a dead end. Practically a very dark dead end. But we still have a button to push. And we get a stairway. Again, we can go all the way around here if we want to, but there's no point. Again, in the original Myst, you would only be able to get to this. You hold this down, this turns round. But obviously went too far. There we go. And now the interior space is accessible. Another thing that's changed here from the original Myst is that in the original Myst, when you push this button, the buzzer would sound for a few seconds and then the stairs would raise, presumably to let anyone down there know that the stairs were going to close and they should get out there as soon as possible. So in this elevator we've got 3 buttons. We've got the lower button, which doesn't do anything because we're already there. A middle button, which goes nowhere and turns the music off. And a top button. Look around up here, we're obviously in the roof space. And we've got some more gears back here. It don't seem like they should mesh together properly. Well, we've explored all we can. What do we do now? We look up, there seems to be something on top of the elevator, but we can't get there. But if we press the middle button from up here, it beeps a few times. Closes the door. And we'll go down to the middle level. Go back up to the top. Open it. Get out. Hey presto. The levers. Now this button is a reset, that brings the lift back up, but at the moment we've got to release the brake and we want to try and get... presumably we're facing south, so let's turn this. Yep, still south. There we go, that was the sound for east, so let's have a look at what's changed outside. We're now on this island over here. That's a really weird effect over there. Go up here. And we see on this platform two symbols, presumably for the 4 symbol code over there. I mean, it's a similar platform over there, so presumably the other two symbols of the code are over there. But, so this was east, that would have been south, that's north. So let's go back into the upstairs room and turn it until we hear the ding. Coming up. Break. Go. You have to hold the right hand lever down for a surprisingly short amount of time. If you tried holding it down for any length of time, you'll find you're suddenly on the opposite side from where you intended to be. Out again. Yes. As opposed to Channelwood, where the challenge was getting to the red and blue pages, here the challenge is finding a way back to Myst. So, back to this platform. And we see the first two symbols. Now, if it were daytime, we'd actually be able to see something out there, but it's not, so we can't. May revisit here in a later video, briefly, just to see if we can see it. Right. So, there was no island to the west, but let's have a look anyway. Break. Go. Little button by mistake. Go. Yes, there is nothing here. But if we go back into Sirius's room, the telescope is now pointing in a new direction. And here we can see Bob. Yep, Bob. You can also see here the flags of the black ships, so maybe this is one of the black ship pirates. Obviously they were defeated. But he's somewhere out there to the north. Right, well, we've got ourselves a 4-symbol code now. Let's turn it back to south. Right. Go. There we go. Right, now we're back on the South Island. There was actually a series of clues involving this platform, leading to an Easter egg. Because there were a number of Easter eggs hinted at for realMyst, and this one threw people for a bit of a loop because it actually didn't require realMyst, because the clues basically find the turned logo. The cyan logo is everywhere in Myst, because if any broken circle can be that, but if you set it to all 4, Then the next clue was click lower right bolt. Lower right bolt is this one here. In this game, it just unzooms us from the platform. And in realMyst, it didn't do anything. So people were wondering what to do with it. And then the next part of the code was Mac Myst Masterpiece. So the answer was you needed to do that in the Mac version of the Myst Masterpiece. So I don't know if any of the realMyst Easter eggs have carried over to this. I might do a video between a couple of other levels, doing one I know of with the one with Channelwood Shack, but oh, too far. Again, too far. It's me not paying attention. And semicircle. Go. Right. And here is the Myst book. So let's go and grab us a page. Let's grab the red page first this time. No, it's not going to be it's so much of an issue. No, not so much of a production. Getting from the linking book in, to the linking spot in, to the page, to the linking book out, like it will be in the next stage. Interesting view to be returning on of the chandelier. Right, red page.
Have returned. Additional page. Free from my prison on this forgotten island of Myst. I see that you are. I am called Sirius. I need all the red pages. I know. Must search and bring 2 more of the red pages. I am released. I promise. Don't touch the blue pages. That is where my for my wicked brother, Akanor. He is a man of distorted mind and senses. He disgusts me. Do not release Akanor. Thirst for destruction is not never ending. Bring the red page. Beg you, please release me from this prison. I promise you will be greatly rewarded. You must help me. Help me.
Well then. Obviously he doesn't know where the red or blue pages are, but I doubt he intended for us to see that hidden room of his. Get back into mechanical. Is it going to be any brighter out there? The linking panels on books are supposed to represent exactly... Oh, flash on again. Exactly what is on the other side of the panel, so weather or time of day, but since these are pre-rendered videos, it's lag. Since these are pre-rendered videos, they are always in the default state. It's the blue page. Get out of the creepy death room. If we agree with Sirius on one thing, is that even if we were not to trust Sirius, we probably wouldn't want to release Akinar anyway. Right. Akinar.
Good. Still more blue pages, you father. Bring more. I must have some more. That's all I ask of you. It's been so long since my brother, Sirius, wrongfully imprisoned me within this book. Stupid schemes. Pretty speech. It's been greed, which is endless. It should be perfectly obvious to you. He's done evil and he has destroyed all before. Do not bring the red pages to him. You must not let him trick you. He tricked our father. Hideously murdered our father. He'll trick you. He'll murder you. Don't touch the red pages. I beg you to bring the blue pages. To me. Listen, you must obey me. Blue pages are my only hope. You must help me. You must help me.
Not the sanest man is Akinar, is he? So his side of the story is that Sirius brutally murdered Atreus, their father, and then intentionally trapped him in the blue book, and then somehow got trapped himself in the red book. So that was the end of the Mechanical Age episode. Thank you very much for watching. Like the video if you like the video, comment, subscribe if you want to, and I'll see you in the next video for the Salanitic Age. However you're supposed to pronounce it. Until then.